Good morning, everybody. Appreciate it. Before we begin, we're going to point out that Commissioner Olson is not feeling well, so he is joining us remotely. Good morning, Commissioner Olson. The next item on the agenda is public comment. Is there anyone who would like to address the board in person or online?
Yes, I would like to address the board.
Please.
Linda Johnson, Bobcat Road, La Crescent. A lack of transparency results in distrust and a deep sense of insecurity. Let me explain further. As a member of New Hartford Township in Winona County, I do not think our county government is being transparent to the voters. I'm speaking directly about agenda item 6.4 today. Looking over the agenda, I asked my husband, who was a supervisor on the township board, where in New Hartford Township is Runaway Road? I see the township paid $10,000 for a bridge there. He said, no, they didn't. They paid $20,000. Not according to the summary on the county board agenda. It states that New Hartford Township paid only $10,000. Thus, my search for a missing $10,000 began. I called my county commissioner and she said she thought $10,000 was the usual township share, so I thought I'd better make sure my township was not mistaken. Nope, their check affirmed the amount of $20,000 was made out to Winona County. My husband then called Mr. Kramer to try to get to the bottom of the missing money. He was unavailable, so he left a message. I decided to call Mrs. Holte to see if it was a typo error on the county agenda. She was also baffled and said she would contact Mr. Kramer to try and get it figured out. I'm starting to think, what is going on here? Mr. Kramer returned the call and said that the number on the county agenda, which clearly states total funds, did not include engineering costs. He said the township also paid an additional $10,000 for engineering costs. I said, really? Why isn't that included in the total cost? This is where I started questioning transparency. I said the total fund says nothing about $10,000 for engineering. He did admit that it was not on there, and the form was a bit confusing. But he said they did spend it, and I didn't doubt that one bit. Then I questioned what amount they used to submit to the state for the cost of the bridge. Was the engineering cost left off from there too? As you can see, a lack of transparency does result in distrust and a deep sense of insecurity. Oh, and also in the conversation with Mr. Kramer, he said my husband was not on the county auditor's list for township supervisors. Very interesting. He's only been on there for 2 years now in March. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Johnson. Anybody else care to address the board, either in person or online? Go ahead, Pat.
Good morning, Commissioners. I just wanted to take a minute here to say thank you for allowing me to work for Winona County for 16 years, and I wish Winona County the best in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pat.
Pat.
Appreciate it very much.
We
Good
wish
luck.
you the best too.
Anybody else care to address the board, either in person or online? Anybody else care to address the board, either in person or online? I'll ask one more time. Anyone?
Screen go that shows online, because
I think you have to choose one of the two.
in the past, some people have tried to get through
Okay.
and we haven't recognized them. So I don't know.
Heidi,
Maybe
could you please move from the timer mode to the view screen?
There we go.
Okay, well, one more time. Is there anyone else that would care to address the board?
Okay.
All right, with that, we'll close the public comment. Next item on the agenda is to approve county board minutes from February 13th.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Elstein, seconded by Commissioner Ward. And because we have a commissioner absent, we have to do a roll call vote. So there's a motion on the table to approve the minutes. Commissioner Elstein?
Aye.
Commissioner Ward?
Aye.
Commissioner Meyer?
Aye.
Commissioner Olson?
Aye.
I also vote aye. Motion carries 5-0. Next item, acknowledge receipt of approved committee minutes from the Parks and Environmental Advisory Committee from December 5th.
I will move to acknowledge the receipt of the approved committee meeting minutes.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Ward, seconded by Commissioner Elstein. Any other discussion?
Just with very sad regrets, one of our community panel members of the advisory committee, George Howe, passed away suddenly. A great loss to the whole community. George was a very good advocate and worked hard on many things. So our sympathy and our thoughts go out to his family.
Thank you for mentioning it. I had that on it's an item to bring up as well, because there are people who go to parks and then there are people who create parks. You know, God bless George and all the things that he's done with so many people down with Apple Blossom Drive, that park, working with partnerships with county, City of La Crescent, Lions Club, and others. So what a tragic loss.
I went to the review, the one that was in La Crescent in the afternoon. And despite the fact that it was snowing and driving snow, there were about 150 people there, and that was steady the whole time. Maybe more and more people kept coming. And it's true. I mean, there were so many people recognizing him for the movies and for all the work that he's done.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Any other discussions? Question. We'll do a roll call vote. Commissioner Elsing.
Aye.
Commissioner Ward.
Aye.
Commissioner Meyer.
Aye.
Commissioner Olson.
Aye.
I also vote aye. Motion carries 5-0. Consent comments and approval of the agenda. Commissioner Elsing.
I'd just like to pull 60 just for a little conversation on that once more and potentially a comment at the end.
I apologize. Which number?
6-2.
6-2.
Okay.
That'll become 7.2 if that's okay. Then a comment. Commissioner Ward.
I would like to make a comment on pull 6.4 for clarity. And then also just a question on also 6.6 for process.
So pull it or just a quick comment?
Pull it just so we can get clarity as to what we're doing there, please. So 6.2 and 6.6 and then a comment at the end, please.
Thank you, Commissioner Meyer.
I have a request for board action. That's it for me.
Thank you. Commissioner Olson.
Nothing for me.
County Attorney Sonneman.
Nothing for me.
County Administrator Holte.
Nothing, sir.
Is there a motion then to approve the amended agenda? We'll move 6.2 to 7.2, 6.4 to 7.3, and 6.6 to 7.4.
I'll move to approve.
I'll second.
There's a motion by Commissioner Meyer, seconded by Commissioner Ward. Any other discussion? We'll do a roll call vote. Commissioner Elsing.
Aye.
Commissioner Ward.
Aye.
Commissioner Meyer.
Aye.
Commissioner Olson.
Aye.
I also vote aye. Motion carries 5-0. And the consent items.
6.1, approve extension of lease agreement with Port Authority of Winona for 165 West 2nd Street parking lot. 6.2 has been pulled. 6.3, approve LG 220 gambling application for Minnesota Paint Force Association. 6.4 has been pulled. 6.5, approve 2024 solid waste hauler and facility license. 6.6 has been pulled. 6.7, approve renewal of Internet Crimes Against Children Joint Powers Agreement and Resolution. 6.8, confirm payment of disbursements.
Thank you.
I'll move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Meyer, seconded by Commissioner Elsing to approve the consent items. Any other comments? We'll do a roll call vote. Commissioner Elsing.
Aye.
Commissioner Ward.
Aye.
Commissioner Meyer.
Aye.
Commissioner Wilson.
Aye.
I also vote aye. Motion carries 5-0. Going on to general business, item 7.1, select 2 commissioners to serve on the presidential nomination primary election canvass board, which is set for the day after Super Tuesday, which is March
7th.
I think it's to review the results on that. Right? No, sorry, the canvas board. You're right. Meets on March 7th. Correct. Thank you. I was wrong. You were right.
Which is a Thursday at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, which doubles up on
Mr. Chair, I am not available. I have the MCIT board meeting in St. Paul. That meeting is normally Friday, but we rescheduled it for Thursday, so I'm out of town.
I could be here that day.
How about you?
If you go ahead, if you want to, I'm scheduled to be out of town too, but if you want to go ahead.
It's not that I want to. It is a conflict with the Great River Rail Commission. However, they have a quorum. So it would be okay. It is right at 9 o'clock
Commissioner
in
Olson.
Red Wing, but they have a quorum, so I would not have to,
Okay.
I don't have to go.
Probably.
Challenge Commissioner Olson.
Commissioner
Is he
Olson?
volunteering? I think I see him volunteering.
Commissioner Olson, I apologize. Had you raised your hand?
I thought you had two.
No, we're looking for one more if we could.
I will note, I've set it for 9 AM on March 7th. We can go as late as March 8th for this. As soon as we're done here today, I'll put it on the county website. It is open to the public. The latest we can go is March 8th for this canvas. Any one of you can be on this canvas board unless you've declared to be a certified write-in for president. The next couple throughout this year,
Gee,
we'll have to pick
Sorry.
and choose because you can't,
Gonna.
if you're on the ballot, you can't be on canvas board, but
So Jacques is on the Friday.
Yes, so
Yeah,
I'm.
so
will
there's a
just
conflict
be-
on the Friday.
Okay.
Right,
in
so
St. Paul.
Just go through.
Commissioner Olson might be able to here, though.
I think that, oh, go ahead.
Is there anything available later in the day?
Afternoon, could you do afternoon?
Yes.
we could probably do, I don't have my calendar right in front of me, but I believe we could do afternoon.
Would that work better for you?
On the
Commissioner
It
Meyer?
would, it would. If I'm back, yeah, that would be,
Okay.
oh, yeah. That would be better.
We can
on
move it to
Thursday.
afternoon on the 7th.
Or?
4.
Actually,
4? You wanted it
Commissioner-
at 4?
Commissioner Olson, I think Commissioner Meyer could make it if it's later in the day, so you don't need to leave work early.
Oh,
And you-
okay.
Okay,
Is there a time you'd prefer?
after 1.
After 1?
I could make that work.
1:30, 2 o'clock?
How about 2 o'clock?
2
2
PM,
o'clock.
good, yeah.
2 PM. With
As it-
Commissioner Bagley and Commissioner Meyer.
Was it noted on the calendar for that date? Have we posted it on our calendar?
I
yet?
have not posted it
Okay,
yet
so
until I
this-
made sure that we could get 2
Okay,
commissioners.
so we're not, changing other people's calendars. Okay,
So March 7th at 2 PM in this room, correct?
Correct.
And I now know that I can write in Commissioner Ward for president.
yeah, no, I'm not certified. I'm not certified.
All right, do we need a motion for that?
Thanks.
Yeah, volunteer basis.
Should not.
I think you should.
Okay.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
make it formal in the
Okay.
minutes.
I'll move to appoint Commissioner Vagley and Commissioner Meyer to the Canvas Presidential Election Canvas Board.
I'll second it.
Motion by Commissioner Ward, seconded by Commissioner Elsing to appoint Commissioner Bagley and Meyer to the Canvas Board. Any other discussion? I'm sorry, roll call vote. Commissioner Elsing.
Aye.
Commissioner Ward.
Aye.
Commissioner Meyer.
Aye.
Commissioner Olson.
I,
I also vote aye. Motion carries 5-0. Next item, thank you, Chess. Next item was formerly 6.2, award bid and approved contract with Winona Daily News for the 2024 official newspaper. Commissioner Elsing.
Just more of a, question and a concern on this. Wanted to bring this back up again with, maybe this brings a little bit to you, but so have we moved forward? Have we heard any response? Is there anything besides this paid subscription with 700 people? I know we had this conversation. I just want to kind of make it statement again, I guess, about this is that I don't think this is the best way to get out to our constituents. And have we heard anything about legalities? Did we start anything with legalities to get this changed, maybe in legislator or something to kind of take this technology from yesteryear? And I'm not saying not to do that, but it costs a lot of money to do this. And so where are we sitting with that? Has we had any feedback in the last, what did I bring this up a couple months ago?
We have not received feedback yet from legislators,
Yeah, I'm just curious.
but it's on the table for discussion.
Because I know we had that meeting a few weeks ago. I don't know if did that get brought, that was one of the things I forgot to mention to Heidi to bring up about that. So,
Some of the legislation and statutes have been updated to reflect for election purposes and property tax purposes that, for example, I won't be publishing a huge sample ballot that includes every single race in the whole county because that's very confusing. Instead, I will now be having to publish a one-page notification of election ahead of the general election with a link to our website or the contact point to our website and post the sample ballots there. So as far as property tax goes and elections go, they're moving in that direction. There are things that say post or publish, and they've differentiated between posting can be on your bulletin boards here and on your website. If it still reads publish, that's still is described as in the newspaper.
No, me again, it's not that I'm against it. One of the most common things that I've heard was, and even when I was a mayor, was we'd send something out in every water bill, which went out every 3 months, right? It was our way, because the number one thing we hear is, I have no idea what's going on. I have no idea what's going on. And I just think to myself, my gosh, century in again. And so that's something that I encourage people to get involved, but they don't even know where to start to get involved. So obviously we push them to the county website. So I don't know. It's just another one of the things that I hear very common. So thank you.
Commissioner Ward?
Just a minute, Chelsea. So we could play with the terminology publish a notice saying that we're publishing it on our, write a little article for the newspaper. Well, we're publishing it on our website. Play with the words, and stuff. We could challenge. I think somebody needs to challenge this, and maybe we could be a case for it.
Some things are very specific, like it says publish in the news, the official newspaper.
Yeah.
But when it says post, that is where you're right, the
Yeah.
language is
And
less clear.
I hate to see we don't have anybody covering us this morning, I don't think. I can't support the Winona Daily News because if we're really looking for community service, a community service, when you talk about a 20,000 distribution versus 700, and the 20,000 I have to go to a store and pick up. I can't go pick up a Daily News. I have to pay for it. And it's unfortunate that in the newspaper business, the Winona Daily News is no longer a local paper. It has been bought and sold numerous times. And so it's not, I hate to say it, there's very little local news in it. Whereas the Winona Post, and we don't have to take the lowest bid, it's the lowest responsible bid. So is the Post more responsible to the community by covering events and publishing things? I would have to argue that they are. And yes, they didn't put a bid, and maybe we're hung up on, and I did have a short text that the Post did not bid again, because they felt that he was losing money at it the way it was, and was going to lose more, and felt there was some politics with the Daily News doing what they were going to do. So I will not support the Winona Daily News.
Commissioner Meyer, and then
Yeah.
Commissioner Olson.
I just wanted to point out the thing that Commissioner Ward already said. So the point is, my opinion about who reaches the broadest audience, you're probably right about the Post. However, they didn't file a bid. So I think that says something about their interest in having the contract.
Thank you, Commissioner Olson.
Yeah, there's a time frame we talked about with, posting and timeliness and trying to get past that, which I can understand for now. But just if you go up to my area, you can't find a Winona Daily News. There isn't one. You can't even pick one up at a Quick Trip. You can't. They don't exist. You get outside of Winona, they're not there. Meaning that you're either have to get on a full-time subscription basis, or you need to pay online to go get the information that the county's putting out there. So this isn't anything to paint a picture about any company or business or anything. It's just simply access to information, what I feel they're entitled to, right? And so it makes it very difficult for me to support Winona Daily News. Even if nobody put a bid in, I still go back and say, is there a different way to do it? Now, I have to, at the same time, I have to realize nobody else did it. You have to kind of go with who's ever willing to do it. But alluding to Commissioner Ward's point is there some way we can make it lucrative for other alternative places to do this? Is it just based on what we're paying? Is it based on something? How does that work? We can make Winona Daily News the official newspaper, but can we take an ad out that says the same information's on the website? Do you see where I'm going with this? Just anything, like something to get the word out. So the township meetings, try to do 2 a month here, and then the municipality meetings, there's 8 and 8 in my district. That's what I keep preaching. Please go to the website. Please go to the website. Learn this website, because it's really where everything's at. So maybe even if we have to go with this, is there a way we could broadcast this out? Because again, I think besides, hey, my road is the worst road, the second thing I hear is we have no idea what's going on. So where do we get our information?
Any other discussion?
Move to approve item 6.2, which is now 7.2.
Second,
Motion by Commissioner Meyer, seconded by Commissioner Olson to approve what had been item 6.2. I'll just, in terms of discussion, I also feel like the Winona Post is the more community, I get in terms of exposure, but they didn't, and you checked with them and they didn't feel like it was worth their while.
They thought their first bid was, what they would stand by. And then again, we changed the
I'd
rules.
much rather have the Winona Post be the one if we have to do it this way, but.
Well, we can,
Well, that was.
if the motion fails, we can ask them to submit a bid again. I mean, if we want to,
We would have to republish the RFP.
right?
I think I had written up a opinion. I thought I'd sent it to everybody, but I know I sent it to Maureen. That, most of everything that the county does as a organization can be on the website.
Mhm.
Then that's where, as you were saying, Commissioner Hall saying, go to the county website,
Mhm.
get people to look there. So there's very limited things that actually need to be published. And part of this was reducing the cost to the county of publishing documents, lengthy documents. The fact that the Post didn't submit a bid, I think that says, well, I'm not going to put words in their mouth, but we only got the one bid. If the board decides they want to rebid it, then you have to reject the bids again. But I think, our system of disseminating news has moved to social media, to, our
Online
website,
platforms.
to our Facebook page, things like that. And so there's very little, again, that does have to be published in the newspapers. And even I, the daughter of a newspaper editor, have moved to online review papers. So,
Might be more expensive though to provide our constituents with a computer and broadband internet.
Hey, we'll do it anyway.
Might
Well,
be.
but everybody has a phone, and I get what
Well,
you're
not
saying.
everybody.
Commissioner Ward.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
The libraries,
is.
the libraries are accessible.
Yes,
Yep.
yes,
Universities
there are
have,
options.
so there are options.
If we were to repost it, is there a cost there? I mean, are we under a time constraint? How much is the cost to repost it?
Well, I don't have that information.
It's also through the newspapers.
No, but the
Right.
newspaper paid $50 to.
We return their 50 to rebid again.
And there's no guarantee that the Post will.
Yeah, there is not.
Are we under a time constraint?
No, we can continue to use what was previously established in 2023.
And 2023 was the Post.
Do you think that if we posted it one more time and only one more time?
I think the owner probably appreciates our sentiments. I mean,
But we
this
can't
is-
we can't change the contract.
No.
Ms. Holding.
If the entity is stating that they are not bidding because they're going to continue to lose money, I don't perceive that reposting the bid is going to get them to submit another bid, if indeed that is what they're saying.
And again, that was an unofficial, it was just but sometimes businesses lose money to make money. On certain,
Lots of the.
yeah, on certain things.
I know more readers will come in.
Right. Yep.
I guess if I may, I wasn't trying to make a mountain out of a molehill. it is a common thing and it's something
Oh,
that
the
I've been
issue for sure.
actively trying to work because what's here and what's on that side of the county, you guys haven't just lived there for a while. It's different,
Yeah.
So
A lot of different things.
there is, myself included.
Big money.
Sorry.
Right.
If I might, just one more comment. Maybe this is status quo for the time being, but I'd like it to continue discussion and also the opportunity to maybe keep bringing things up if you've got a relationship there, or something, but to definitely reevaluate. Does this come up once a year?
Yeah, Ms. Holding.
Mr. Chair, if I may defer to Attorney Sonneman, I believe the statute says we have to do it yearly. Annually, is it not statutorily required?
Hold on, I got
So
to
to
look it
be
up.
status quo, I'm not 100% sure that that's in accordance with law.
Yeah, let me double check that, but I think.
And then check too, what's the legislator got to post? What do they got to print in the paper? What's fair is fair.
But, you know, and what I was also going to add is so many small towns have lost their
Don't.
papers.
Yeah, there's not a paper in the county.
Right, yeah.
They have to
And
go
so,
outside the county.
you know, so many people are without a local paper. So where do
Absolutely.
you go? I mean,
Get more, there's more sport coverage of this, and nothing against CFC or GET, but there's more high school sports coverage of those.
of those schools, right?
Than
Mhm.
Winona School. Yeah.
Because it's a lacrosse based
Yeah.
group.
Yeah.
I just cut stories about your fall sports team. So should we give Ms. Sonneman some more time?
Or should we table it till, can we
Yeah.
withdraw the motion and
Dwayne, you're
Commissioner-
running out of time. It's gonna be 11:30 soon.
what's magic about it?
Call the question.
Yeah, I meant right now, Ms. Sonneman is
I
double
just
checking.
found it here. Sorry, it's under 375.12. The publication shall be let annually by contract to the lowest bidder at the first regular session of the board in January of each year. So we're
Oh, okay.
beyond that point, but yes, it has to be done annually.
By the lowest bidder.
Did Commissioner
Well,
Olson call the
that
question?
is
That's
part
point
of
of order.
it, but then there's another statute that I didn't talk about,
Most recent.
which has it has to be a qualified newspaper, and that's how we rewrote the request for proposals to be very specific, to make sure that each bidder could meet the qualifications.
Qualification, I mean, if I, the one paper I produce and it goes to one constituent, that would not be a qualified paper, in my opinion.
Pretty
Right.
much,
Is that
and
the
that's
definition of that?
part of it. It has to be accessible. It has to be free. Now I see that the Daily News said you could go to buy and sell, and then which is confusing to me. Why would I go to buy and sell as a free access?
Oh, really?
That's, if you read their bid, it says buy and sell.
It tells the
Tells you how to get there.
citizens how they can get to the free legal
Oh, the notices.
notices.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Are we ready to, we can vote? All in favor of the motion to award the contract to the Winona Daily News, we'll do, again, roll call. Commissioner Elsing,
I,
Commissioner Ward.
Nay.
Commissioner Meyer.
Aye.
Commissioner Olson.
Aye.
Commissioner Vagley also votes yes. Motion carries 4-1. Next item on the agenda was formerly 6.4, accept certificate of performance and authorize final payment for one Runaway Road and Cocker Drive Township. Commissioner Ward.
Yeah, and just clarification with Ms. Johnson's comments. And I distinctly have logged in my brain, 10,000 for townships. And I'm trying to get clarity, and I was looking to see if, and I know Mr. Kramer will answer that. I always knew the 10,000 for construction, but the question I have is 10,000 for engineering. Does every township bridge, some of them are very, minimal and just replacement. Are we requiring $10,000 worth of engineering fees? So I'm waiting, we can approve this, but I am trying to get clarity for the townships and through Mr. Kramer on that.
Is there a motion to approve what was 6.4?
so moved.
So moved. Second.
A motion by Commissioner Elsing, seconded by Commissioner Olson to approve item 6.4. Any other discussion? We'll do roll call vote. Commissioner Elsing.
Aye.
Commissioner Ward.
Aye.
Commissioner Meyer.
Aye.
Commissioner Olson.
Aye.
I also vote aye. Motion carries 5-0. Well, next item was item 6.6, approved contract to provide dispatch services to Winona Area Ambulance Service. Commissioner Ward.
And I asked to pull this just for clarity of how the process works. So when a 911 call is made, our dispatch center in the sheriff's department will dispatch to any of the area ambulances, correct? Have we always done that? That was the question. Don't we do that as a rule or process?
My understanding is we have not always done that.
Okay.
No, I have not discussed that with PSOP,
Okay.
Jennifer Lavala.
Okay.
Ms. Meyer, do you know for sure?
No, my question was, who was dispatching for them before?
Gunderson.
Yeah, and that makes sense to me.
Gunderson was previously doing that.
Okay. Well, and we have there is big gray area of service area. So like in our big county, when I make if I made a 911 call, it goes to Wisconsin and then it comes back. So again, and people were questioning how this system works. So maybe at some point in time, I agree we should be dispatching for them, but maybe at some time we can have a little flow chart of how this all works, so citizens understand.
Yeah.
Because our rural ambulance services are getting a little, the day I sat in on dispatch, somebody was St. Charles was dispatched to the nursing home, and that was the volunteer service. So
Ms.
Well, that's
Holte
10 times a week.
Ms. Holte and then Commissioner Meyer.
It would be a great opportunity because Ms. Lavala will be coming in March, so we could
Right.
have her expand on
Yeah,
that.
that'd be neat to see.
a flow chart so people understand
I like it.
how it works. And we support our rural services also.
Absolutely. Commissioner.
That was my comment.
All right.
Okay.
Is
All
it-
right. So
That
I'll
would
move
be-
to,
Oh, just one more comment. That'd be something interesting also to maybe put on the website.
Mhm.
so I'll move to approve the contract.
I'll second.
Motion by Commissioner Ward, seconded by Commissioner Meyer. Any other discussion? We'll do a roll call vote. Commissioner Elson.
Aye.
Commissioner Ward.
Aye.
Commissioner Meyer.
Aye.
Commissioner Olson.
Aye.
I also vote aye. Motion carries 5-0. That is the end, correct, of general business. That would take us to committee reports and communications. I think Commissioner Elson, you had a comment.
Just in the process of looking at the feedlot situation, I know we had some discussion of putting some things together. Curious as to
We're
where that's
working on
at. Any progress or?
Mr. Chair? May I?
Ms. Holte.
So the team is working on what the process needs to be, and then that will come back for the board so that there's an understanding of the process that needs to occur, and then the timeline in which that can happen. So that's what the team's working on right now.
Perfect. Anything else, Commissioner Elson? Commissioner Ward?
Okay, last week we had our Association Minnesota Counties annual legislative conference, and I was able to meet with our legislators. The word on the street is no matter who you talk to, whatever party you talk to, don't count on any money. We have no money. It's amazing how a short conversation last year was, we got all kinds of money. I feel bad that they didn't put any in a rainy day account or save anything. They virtually spent it all plus more. But now the message is we don't have any money. And Representative Pulowski was very gracious. And one of the things I remember Representative Pulowski really working hard on was trying to limit the number of bills that were introduced at the legislature. And so we were a week or 10 days into the legislative session when we were up there talking to him, and there were over 1,000 bills already on the docket. That is ludicrous. Whoever said government was efficient or at minimum effective, that is one thing he did not get accomplished in his tenure. I know he worked hard on it, but it's ludicrous. And again, so many of the legislators, so I did have Representative Jacob. I mean, he understands what counties do. There is a mass of them up there that have no idea what counties do. Chelsea's in the room. A big issue counties are facing, and Winona County has a small, is do I have it right? The forfeitures. You know, Winona County and Chelsea provided me, we have about 5 or 6, but counties, metropolitan counties have huge numbers. And up north where the timber land is, they have a lot of land that they got through forfeiture, and then they harvest timber and it's part of their tax base. And if this ruling from the Supreme Court, if we take a property and we for some reason make a profit, then we have to give it back to the process, we're violating the law. But state legislators don't understand it at all. They have not a clue where we're going with this. And then road and bridge money. Luckily, Dave Kramer, I think he sent it to all. We have a breakdown of costs. Did everybody get that? The cost per mile? No. Okay, so we need to get that to you. Again, Representative Jacob understands what it costs to build a mile of road, but again, the state said, "Oh, we gave you all that more money." Yeah, we can do 10 feet more of road with that money. So again, it's just a total different response from the state legislature. We had good response. AMC had a lot of people there, and we're working. But yeah, it's a busy. Thank you.
Commissioner Elson.
Just a comment to Commissioner Ward. Yeah, I've seen that too, knowing multiple different people, obviously, in the state level, saying it's almost like a competition to see who can produce the most or the best bill.
Bills.
And it's really, how many of them are effective, and then it bogs down the ones that probably need the attention. I've heard a fair amount of feedback with that. Second thing, it's interesting, having no more money. Laying in bed early this morning, I woke up at about 2, and when I can't sleep, I do things and look at stuff. And anyway, I just happened to pull up the tax base on one of my rental properties. Since 2018, it has more than tripled.
The assessment.
No, the assessed value has only gone up twice, but the tax value has gone up 3 times, triple. And not in actually even the assessed value is, actually it's not even, hasn't even twice, not quite twice. So, probably 90%, but the taxes have gone up 300%. I'm currently working on buying a couple more rental properties right now, a triplex and a single family home. And I looked at just the difference between last year to this year, and then I did a 5-year average on the tax base. And I've had several people already interested, just with some tenants moving in and out. And I said, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to raise your rent again. And they said, why does this rent keep going up? And I keep saying, well, let me show you. Let me show you what all this tax value does in the assessments and what it does to insurance and what it does to the rent. I said, you are ultimately paying the price for all these tax increases. So if you want your rent to go down, you're not keep going up. We have to control how we spend money in government. And it was kind of like an eye opener for this young lady to actually hear that. I don't think she'd ever really understood that all these programs are being paid through her rent. And it was this epiphany that, hey, you raise rents, you raise taxes, your rent's going up. So it was really neat to see that. So piggyback off from your comments.
Thank you. Commissioner Meyer.
Thanks. So the Public Utilities Commission had a hearing about community solar reimbursement rates. Administrator Holte and County Attorney Sonman and I all attended remotely. We were not called upon. In fact, no unit of government was called upon. And they decided to switch to the lower rates of reimbursement. So the city, my request today is to put this on a committee of the board meeting, like at our next, in 2 weeks, so that we can have a little conversation about it. The reason is that the city of Winona is organizing other municipalities and units of government to decide to take some kind of a joint action. I can tell you that we have local companies here that do a lot of community solar work, and they have expressed that they are planning to go to court because the PUC didn't really consider the internal workings of any of the contracts. So I'm looking for a second to put this discussion on our next meeting's committee of the board.
Sure, I would second that.
Great.
So we have a motion by Commissioner Meyer, a second by Commissioner Ward to not discuss it now, but to place it on the next committee of the board. Any other discussion? We'll do a roll call vote. Commissioner Elsing.
Aye.
Commissioner Ward.
Aye.
Commissioner Meyer.
Aye.
Commissioner Olson.
He's going.
Commissioner Olson. Okay, I would, and I'll say aye. So the motion carries 4-0. Is that correct?
Yep.
I'll just quickly add, I also want to thank Pat Moga for his 16 years of service to the county. We're going to miss you. Thank you very much. And March 8th is your last day, correct? Thank you, Pat. Any other business before us? Motion to adjourn?
We'll move.
I'll second.
Motion by Commissioner Elsing, seconded by Commissioner Meyer. All in favor, say aye.
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 Oh, I'm sorry.
Do-
Motion carries.